All right. So for the people that don't know, who are you?
Oh man, I am Quinelle Jonathan Holder, aka Q, aka Coach Q.
Coach
I
Q.
am the CEO of Medium PR Agency, alongside my wife Sabrina Holder.
Okay. So for the people that don't know what you do exactly, or don't really even know anything about PR, what exactly do you do in basic terms?
Okay, so I'll break down the PR part and then the company as a whole. PR is just public relations. In a short, it's just how you relate to the public. So basically, what we do is we just go ahead and make sure that you're presented properly, to fans, critics, potential fans, just that type of thing. I mean, and it's in every genre, every area, you want to be in. Public relations it can be as broad as you make it or as specific as you make it. But yeah, everybody is doing PR whether they know it or not.
Right. I heard that you had a hand in a few placements of some artists.
Yeah, I did. So just to kind of jump back into finish that second part of what I was saying, and then I'll get right into that. So Medium PR Agency, we got the name because basically we're the medium. We're that middle point in between. Let's just use music for the example. In between where an artist is and where they want to be. That's something that's important to us. We're all about foundation building. We're not the type of people that we necessarily want to be with an artist for their whole career, but it's about making sure in the beginning, foundation-wise, they have a strong one. To kind of answer your question, we've been instrumental in a handful of artists' career. Most notably, my company and myself, we digitally integrated Designer's Panda. And if you're not familiar with Designer, he's signed to Kanye West Good Music label that's distributed through Def Jam, and basically we got involved in that process early. DJ Envy's right hand guy, D-Rock, who's also a multi-platinum producer, me and him have been doing some business for a while. He basically reached out and said, hey, out here in Brooklyn, there's this kid, his name's Designer, he's going crazy right now. They're playing it in the hood, they're playing it uptown, you need to get involved with this early. And just because of who he was and the relationship I had with him, I rolled with it. I was already in that space. We were already doing PR campaigns and different things like that. And, this was prior to him getting any offers, prior to the record really taking off. But yeah, like I said, we digitally integrated, which in a short, we basically took the record online and we just blew it up through tastemakers, influencers, blogs, websites. Me myself, I was making sure that I actually wrote a feature piece about it, and the title of it was called "Is Designer's Panda the Next Song to Go Viral?" So when you make a piece like that and you do an article like that, what you do is you put it out. You know what I mean? So it was almost like I said this was going to be the next thing to go viral, and like I said, that
Planted that seed.
That happened. Grammy nominations, Billboard Gold, Platinum. 4 times platinum over. Diamond. Yeah.
So if a guy like with this record to come out of nowhere, really, I hadn't heard anything about Designer prior to that. So what advice would you say, what would you tell people is the biggest mistake that artists are doing? New artists, they're popping up everywhere. SoundCloud, they're all over the place.
Right.
What is one of the biggest mistakes that you see with new artists right now?
Mistakes?
Because you always hear people say, okay, yeah, you should do this, you should do that. But what are some of the things that they shouldn't be doing?
I think the main thing is, I think at the end of the day, have a plan. Having a team, your own team, is the most important thing, because like you said, there's artists that are putting things out, whatever. I mean, and I'm not going to sit up here and even try to tell you that there's a specific one method that works. One of the things that I always try to tell an artist is to have a team, because right now I have an artist, he could be up and coming, they don't have to be polished, whatever, he could just blow tomorrow. So if he can just blow tomorrow, the thing about it is, if you don't have your own team, when you get in a situation to where you end up, let's say you end up getting picked up by a bigger label, or you do a distribution deal, or you sign some type of production deal, whatever it is, if you don't have your own team in place, what happens is that you find yourself having a height of success and you reach that peak and you find yourself falling. You're not be able to be consistent. That's one of the biggest issues I see right now with artists, is that they'll have a record, it'll go viral, you know, everything's good, and everybody wants to support you and back you when things are going well, but as it comes on out, nobody wants to help. Well, if you had a team in place, you wouldn't have to worry about that.
Right, you can fight through that.
Especially with PR and management, and having a strategy, you can streamline your success. That's one of the things that we did with Designer early on. A lot of people didn't realize is that once the record kind of popped off, one of the things that we made sure we did was we just kept the narrative going. He didn't put out more music. Right? So it was like there was new stories, new perspectives, new narratives, but we didn't put out more music. Why?
Kept the story relevant.
Because it's more about the story than it was the record. Because initially the story is, this kid sounds like Future, this is not gonna work, right? So when we kept putting the narrative together, we allow people to get to know Designer, who he was, what he was about before all of these things happen. Because everybody thinks it's an overnight. Well, for Designer, it's definitely not overnight. He's been doing this for a long time. He actually, one of the people that he came up with was Fresher. Now, Fresher has the wait a minute record.
Yeah,
well, if you listen to Fresher and you look at him, aesthetically, him and Designer look much alike. That's because he kind of took him under the ring, you know, early on. So it's like Designer had been around writing hooks, doing ad-libs, doing certain things with people for a while. His grandfather's actually a guitar crusher. He's like a legendary, you know, rock soul artist. So it's like he's really been around, and he's like a musical genius, you know. So it's like people always try to take away the credit from an artist, and they say, well, it happened overnight, and this was this, that, and the third. But that's never the case.
I could talk to you about this all day, so I'm just going to ask one more question. Do you feel that people should put their music on SoundCloud for free? New artists.
That's an interesting question. A new artist, if they don't already have a platform?
Let's say a new artist, a small buzz. Let's say 2,000 followers.
Okay. No, I don't suggest anybody go straight to SoundCloud anymore. I would always suggest going straight to Spotify at this point. If you are not already embedded within the SoundCloud community, as they call it, there's no point in putting your music on SoundCloud. Number one, you can't monetize unless you have a particular setup on the account. And number two, the people who matter that'll help you, you know, whether it's radio, like I said, distribution, label signing, whatever, they don't care about anything except for your Spotify numbers. So SoundCloud is cool. It's great for building buzz. But at this point in the game, if you're not an artist who has already kind of been in this community, it doesn't really benefit you, especially with all the rumors about different things happening with SoundCloud and going down, not this and the third. Yeah. Spotify is just safer. You know, it's better for you and you can make money.
And this is why Q is the man. Where can they find you?
Man, you can find me all my social media at Quinelle Holder, Quine LLEHOLDER. It's all my social media, QuinelleHolder.com, MediumPRAgency.com, at Medium PR Agency. It's for all our social media and all our handles. Yeah, I mean, you can Google me too. Whatever it is that gets you there, you know.
Q, my man.
Peace.